Okay, so here we have a question. What is the slope given the following paired points? And those paired points are the x and y coordinates 10, 3, 20, 5, and 30, 7. So that means our x1 is 10, our x2 is 20, our x3 is 30, our y1 is 3, our y2 is 5, and our y3 is 7. Therefore, if we take the mean of our x values, so that's here, the mean of our x values is going to be 10 plus 20 plus 30 divided by 3, and that's equal to 60 over 3, which means that the mean of x is going to be 20. Okay, oops, let me just put that back. And then moving forward, the mean of y is going to be 3 plus 5 plus 7 divided by 3, because we have 3 values, equals 15 over 3, which is 5. So that's right there. Okay. And keep in mind that that n was 3. That's why we chose that for our mean for the denominator. And so we're going to use that in the formula to determine the slope. So the slope formula for m would be this formula here, which is excuse me, the sum of, that's the sigma sign there, the sum of the values, and you have n equals 3. So I is the initial value, the first value. So all the way from 1 to 3, from the first value to the third value. That's what's on the bottom. The I is the first value, meaning from the first value, and n is to the total number of values, which is the third value. So you're going to take the first value of x times the first value of y. You're going to take that value and add it to the first value of x times the second value of x times the second value of y. And then you're going to do the same thing with the third value of x. And we're going to do it in a minute. And the third value of y. Okay? So you're going to add those up. And then on the other side of this equation, you're going to take the mean of x times the mean of y and multiply it by n, which is equal to 3. And you're going to take that value and minus by that sum that you found in the numerator. And once again, we're going to do an example of this on the next page, so don't worry. Okay, and in the denominator of this formula, you'll see that we also have a sigma, so we have the sum of the first value, the I, the first value, all the way up to the third value. So we're going to take x, the first value, and square it. Y, the first value, and square it. Sorry, I misspoke. X, the first value, square it. X, the second value, and square it. X, the third value, and square it. And take the sum of those three together. And then we're going to minus it times a factor, which is going to be n, which is 3, times the mean squared. Okay? And so after we do that, we will be able to calculate the slope using the numerator and the denominator. Okay, so let's move to the next page where we can see that. Okay, so once again, I put the formula up here so you can see it as we move through this, and the calculations are down below for the same data we were using before. Okay, so we have m equals, let's do the numerator first. We have the first value of x, which was 10, right? Times the first value of y, which is 3. So 10 times 3 equals 30. We do the same for the second values of x and y, which is 20 times 5 equals 100. And we do the same for the third values of x and y. So 30 times 7 equals 210. We add them all up. That's what the sigma stands for, and we get 340 for that value. Okay, and then on the other side, on the right side of this equation in the numerator, we have n times the mean of x times the mean of y. So it's 3 times 20 times 5, which is 300. And so if we, in the numerator, it equates to 340 minus 300, which is going to be a value of 40. Okay, let's do the denominator then. The denominator is going to be the sum of the values of x, each one squared. So the first value of x is 10 and its squared is 100. The second value of x is 20 and squared it's 400. And the third value of x when it's squared is 900. If we add up those three squared values, we come up with 1400. Okay, let's do the other right side of the equation on the denominator. The denominator is going to be n times the mean of x squared. So if we have n, which is 3, times the mean of x, which is 20, squared, that's 400. So 3 times 400 is 1200. And so the denominator of the equation will be 1400 minus 1200, which is 200. So if we go ahead and we take the numerator and divide it by the denominator, 40 over 200, we will get a slope of 0.2.